Alright, hello everyone. So, you probably didn't expect I'd be making another video soon. Well, I mean, like, unless you read my description and it said I was going to be making a new video soon. And lo and behold, I am. So, today, or more like tonight, because it's like, well, it's 23:12, depending on where you live. I live in the United States, so we actually use 12-hour time, and let's see. Yeah, it's 11:12. So today I'm actually doing a skill comparison rather than a skill review, which is I guess similar to the other videos that I make. But essentially, like, the reason I didn't make videos for a long time is because, like, Apple, which is the kind of phone I used to have, like, they don't like recordings on it, like, on the phone, because they think it's like a privacy issue. So you aren't really able to, like, record on there because they think that your privacy is going to be damaged or something, or like someone's gonna hack you or whatever. So I finally decided to get an Android phone, and now I'm able to make videos again. So I decided that I would make a review of these three skills right here, because when I was... Wait, hold on. So on my main account, my old account, which I'm actually still using, I needed to know which one of these was best for a one-handed sword, and I actually eventually ended up choosing this one, even though I don't really use it that much anymore, because it's just better to not, use it. Well, I'm not going to explain why, but, I mean, not right now, but, here, let's go see the skills. So the first skill we have right here is Sword Tempest. Now this skill, unlike the other two skills, was actually meant for swords. And the main thing about it is that unlike the other two, this one deals the most total damage. But the only thing about it is that if you want to use it in a 1 MP combo, and if you know anything about me, I only like to use 1 MP combos because it's just faster. But the thing is like, in order to use this in a 1 MP combo, you either have to have an impact combo, which requires a lot of skill points, or you could just have a combo that costs more than 1 MP. But, I figured that if it's good enough, I'll just get impact with my old character too. But yeah, essentially this one has AoE and it deals the most damage, and that's what it has going for it. Then the next one, Triple Kick. Now this one doesn't deal quite as much damage as the last one, but one thing that is interesting about it is that it does have a very high critical rate, and one thing I like to say is that if it crits, it hits. Because in this game, if your hit is a critical hit, it will always hit your target. But the thing about it is that it costs 100 less mana, but of course I still have to use it in an impact combo in order for me to have it in a 1 MP combo, or it could just be a really slow combo or a really expensive combo, much like the last one. But it also does not have AoE on it. And then the last skill, which is one of the new halberd skills, this one right here actually costs less than the other two, and then this one I can just put this in a 1 MP combo without having to get impact on it, because instead I can just go hard hit, astute, and in this skill, unlike the other ones where I would have to go astute, impact, then that skill, and then another skill. And the issue with that is that since it's a melee range skill, that means that impact is going to hit its target. And the issue is that sometimes some of the bosses do not like certain status effects. So hitting your target with impact is a bit of an issue, and I like to have very balanced characters that, are pretty much prepared for any situation. So I actually did end up going with this skill. This one functions very similarly to Triple Kick, except for the thing is that it deals more base damage, but it doesn't have as high of a critical rate, and it costs less mana to use. So I'm going to go on ahead and use them on the Excavated Golem, because I figure that most of the time I use guest pins, and I might as well change my scenery a little bit. So we're going to move up the difficulty up a little bit more. That sentence was a bit repetitive. Right, here we go, level 33. Alright, so we're going to start off with this skill right here, Stab Strike. or strike stab. So its damage compared to my basic attack was pretty decent, and we can also use it a lot more frequently. So I am taking him down pretty fast, so it is a pretty good skill. And one interesting thing that you probably were already able to tell is that some of the spear skills, but only some of them, can be used by one-handed swords, which is why I figured that I would go for it, because it might be a good skill. And it was, but it kind of made my combo too slow, and I like to be able to move quickly across the battlefield to avoid red area skills, because that's like the main focus of my character is like, I make them so that they can solo bosses easier than other players, which is also why I don't usually find parties very easily, because no one wants a character that isn't good at performing a specific task. So we're going on to the next skill, which is triple kick. And this is actually a skill that I am very fond of, but the only thing is that when you don't have Knuckles equipped, it doesn't have as high of a critical rate. So we're going to go on ahead and regenerate our MP a little bit, and then we're going to use triple kick on him. Now keep in mind, proration is in more of an effect on this one, because it costs 3 MP and I didn't already have a lot of MP on me. So we're going to hit him now. Okay, now that time it actually crit all 3 times, which is the great thing about that skill, is that it can deal more damage. And so, like, that's what makes it more of an effective skill. It's just that you do have to use it in an impact combo in order for it to, cost 1 MP, and for your combo to still, not last forever. This is going to take a while. I probably won't be able to use it twice. Oh, there we go. So let's check the damage on that last hit right there. Okay, now this time it keeps dealing more damage than this one would normally do. Even though usually this one deals more damage and this one has a higher crit rate with lower damage. But I don't know, I guess it's just because of the proration maybe. So next we are going to do the Sword Tempest skill, which is the one that deals the most damage in total out of all of them, but it also costs the most out of all of them. But of course, if you put it into an impact combo, it will cost just as much as triple kick. But instead, it deals a lot of damage over a slower period of time, and also a boss can move away from it, which is one of its downsides. And since the boss can move away from it, that also means that it won't always deal as much damage as it can possibly do, which is why I, thought that these other two right here might be better. Oh wait, I just used strike stab on him. I guess this is going to take longer than I thought it would. Now I can actually see why a lot of Toram YouTubers don't actually talk in their videos. Because, you'll have pauses like that. And there's also the fact that the mic quality on a lot of phones isn't that great. And so I sound a little bit younger than I actually do. That's not like, me trying to be like, oh, I'm old, yeah, I'm not a 12-year-old, I'm not a 12-year-old at all. Even though I'm actually not. But those were simpler times. Okay, so this time I'm not going to fail in using Sword Tempest, or Tempest Sword, whatever it is. And I'm going to try and hit him with it this time, instead of, using the other skill, because I tried to point towards it. But instead I actually ended up hitting the skill icon, and that cast the skill. So we're just going to wait for his last MP bar to regenerate. And then we're going to cast the last skill on him. And keep in mind, proration is in effect right now, so this is going to deal a lot of damage. Oh wow. Oh, he's still alive. That was funny. Alright, so yeah, just to sum it up, this one, more damage, takes a longer time, has AoE, won't always deal as much damage because the boss can move. This one right here, higher critical rate, a little bit less damage, just like the last one, also has to be put in an impact combo in order for it to cost 1 MP. So it is a little bit more difficult to, use because you have to get more skill points, and that means there's less skill points you can put into other things. And this one is, this one is like the more agile one. You can put it into a smaller combo that takes up less time and less mana, and will also cost you less skill points, so you can spend them on, better things, instead of like 3 other skills that you don't really need. But yeah, that's it for this video, and right now it's lasting like 11 minutes, and that's a pretty long time. So yeah, still don't know how to end a video, so I'm just gonna tap the stop button.